Game 7 in Toronto tonight of the ALCS as the Blue Jays home to the Mariners. You'll see it at 8 Eastern on Fox. George Kirby against Shane Bieber is the pitching matchup. Winner gets the Dodgers in the World Series. Tonight there's a Monday Night Football doubleheader. It starts at 7 Eastern with the Bucks and Lions. A report from ESPN says Bucks wide receiver Emeka Egbuka is expected to play tonight despite injuring his hamstring last week. Texans and Seahawks at 10 o'clock Eastern time, wrapping up the Monday Night doubleheader. Panthers quarterback Bryce Young suffered a high ankle sprain in their win over the Jets on Sunday, according to reports. Andy Dalton would get the start at Carolina in Week 8 against Buffalo. No practice today for Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels did not suffer a serious hamstring strain against the Cowboys, but his status for Week 8 against the Chiefs is up in the air. Jets head coach Aaron Glenn wouldn't name a starting quarterback for their Week 8 matchup in Cincinnati. Dolphins are sticking with Tua Tagovailoa for Week 8. I'm Dan Byer.
Oh, man, I love doing Monday shows with you guys.
Oh, hell yeah. And it's a Monday fun day, super fun time for sure because you have a double doozy that you're going to get all hyped for in the NFL and the two best words in sports. Game 7. Yesterday was Game 6. Today is 7.
Got 6 yesterday, 7 today.
But are they the two best words really? We're going to figure that out.
I have some other ones. Do I have to keep it PG-13?
Yeah, we'll get to that later. Plus, last one standing. We do that every Monday. It's the game that's sweeping the nation. Your chance to win some prizes here on the show. But hope you had a weekend. Hope you had a Shohei Ohtani sort of weekend. Covino and Rich, we be rocking out. Let's go.
All right.
Hope you had a Rams, Colts, Broncos, 49ers sort of weekend. Not a Giants, we blew it in the fourth quarter sort of weekend.
Oh, that hurts. That's got to hurt.
CNR broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. If you missed any of today's show, any shows last week, we filled in for Dan Patrick last Wednesday. If you missed anything, catch the podcast. Search Covino and Rich wherever you get your podcast. And after the show, the podcast is posted. The best of is posted. Danny G, hard at work at that. Rate it 5 stars. And anything less is uncivilized. And then we're streaming live. Hey, live people, what's up? We're live on YouTube at Covino and Rich FSR. Covino and Rich FSR, so you can see what you hear. But really, hope you had a great weekend. Lots of great games to talk about. Lots of great games tonight.
You said it, buddy.
Happy birthday weekend to Iowa Sam.
Hey, Sammy.
Hey, Sam, you're a
Thank
little
you.
older today.
Yeah. That's inevitable.
Yeah, we
Thank
celebrated
you.
Sam over the weekend. Wish him a happy birthday.
Thanks, guys.
Dude,
He's
you
on
look
the
like
ones and
Aaron
twos.
Rodgers today.
Yeah, what the
Actually,
heck?
that's fine.
Oh, man. it's
He's
like
a handsome man,
overnight.
so-
Overnight, you're like
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
That's okay. He's only a few years older than me.
Spot is here, and of course, the great Dan Byer is on standby with your
You know what's
updates
funny?
hanging out.
I heard in Dan Byer's update, he mentioned Andy Dalton. In my mind, Andy Dalton's been out of the NFL for a decade. How
Dude, same. I thought the same thing.
Like when he said Andy Dalton, I had to remind myself, like, oh yeah, he's still playing.
In my mind, Andy Dalton has a sweet, high and tight, sweet fade going on right now, ready for that game day.
for that opportunity.
Ready for the opportunity. So we do it every Monday. Before we get into all the games and all the greatness, we go over Week 7, but we also talk about anything you observed that made you go, So, Sam, the birthday boy, might as well hit it because most of this involves Shohei Ohtani for the most part.
I mean, Shohei and football, right?
Seriously.
Let's go, baby!
Things that make you go,
Things that make you go,
All right, now before you get to Shohei in the NFL, I said it at the end of the week, so I just want to give everyone a homework assignment.
Homework sucks. I don't come to Fox Sports Radio to get your homework assignment.
Grab your number
Come
2.
here to chill out.
Grab your number 2 pencil, buddy boy. I have an assignment for you. Hey, settle down.
Homework? Get out of my face.
What's good homework? I want everyone to watch Chad Powers. This is not a commercial. I promise you. I don't know how people are not talking about this. It's 4 episodes deep. If you love football
You know why?
and you
'Cause
love
we're
stupid,
oversaturated.
no, if you love stupid comedy and you love football, I don't know how more of my bonehead buddies aren't talking about this. Again, you're probably right.
People do what they want, or
Oversaturated.
they just don't respect what you're saying. Because no, seriously,
Whoa.
it goes both ways. Did you watch Ed Gein Monster on Netflix? Did you watch the John Candy documentary? Did you watch the Ozzy documentary?
Well,
No.
Did you see Task on HBO Max?
We've been telling you about it.
All right, now,
so how about you? How about you?
What, eat what? Eat what, Covino?
How about you?
My little coffee cake I have here?
Yeah.
All right.
Why don't you?
Well, some of those things I will. Like, I'll watch Task because Danny G, that's probably sounds like an HBO fun type of show. I'd want like an interesting one. I don't want to watch Ed Gein and monsters and serial killers. So, yeah, I will skip that.
Only Halloween time, and it's the number
All
one
right.
thing on Netflix.
Hey, clown.
No, but the point is, you could scream till the what comes home. You could scream
Till your mother comes.
You can tell everybody they're going to do what they want or whatever their interests lie.
Yeah, no, that is true. But I'm just saying to our audience and our friends, for the most part, if I said dumb comedy about football,
But my mom stays home all the time.
but if I said dumb comedy about football, I feel like everyone in our group would be like, oh yeah, it sounds good. So
There's so many options, but you know what? That does sound like something fun that I'll check out when the girlfriend's out.
All right, well,
because there's certain shows that you designate as couples watching, like Love is Blind or some other nonsense. And then there's other things you watch as a solo, a Han Solo Dolo mission, and that's probably it.
But
for
I
me.
even think she would love it because it's so silly.
No.
It's not even. Oh, okay.
No, I mean, she likes trash like Love is Blind, but
It's like
I don't
saying
think
you don't
she'll
think
like
your girlfriend would have liked Kenny Powers? Eastbound and
definitely
Down?
not. No.
Oh, okay then.
No,
A
definitely
little, a little uptight.
not. No, just not her style. What do you
What
think?
I-
All women were lined up for Andy. What's his name? Danny McBride and Kenny Powers.
What about Stevie and his fixins?
What women like that, dude? Women that you convinced that they like it.
So, NFL, of course, Shohei. These are all things that everyone's talking about. But I want to give you one more thing, and I'll say that I give it a.
I mean, it must be great if your lead is this lame-ass show. With all the action that went down this weekend, if your lead is, we got to watch this Eli Manning show, then it must be the best show ever.
Hold on. Hey, listen, bud. You don't think everyone else on planet Earth is talking about, you think Shohei had
If
3
it's
home
better
runs?
than Shohei's 3 home runs,
I've heard it.
and if it's better than your 49ers winning a big game last night,
I've heard it.
then this must be the greatest show of all time.
It's from Friday, so no matter if it's greatest performance ever, I'm putting you guys on a 4-minute Shohei Ohtani timer.
No way, dude. Because I
Ohtani
got some
timer.
thoughts. All right,
You know what?
fine.
All right, we'll get to Shohei in football.
You know what,
but
though,
I want
in all seriousness,
All right.
I am interested in checking
All
this
right,
show out.
watch Chad Powers
I
and
will,
get
I
back
will,
to me.
I will.
Secondly, I just want to give a review because I'm Siskel and Ebert all rolled into one. You gave me the heads up on this.
Uh-oh.
I tried watching on Paramount Plus Naked Gun, which was just in the theater, is now available at home. I watched it, and I didn't hate it, but I'll be honest, the reviews made it seem like I was going to love it. I was like, it was all right.
I was sort of drifting on it myself.
Yeah, I was like,
either I'm tired or I'm bored. I don't
And
know.
some
but
funny one-liners and stuff, but I feel like, and this is no knock on Liam Neeson or Pam Anderson, it just feels like a very good time and place for Leslie Nielsen, and I like that. And there were some laughs, but
Did you guys do the lock-in? Because I've noticed this with myself over the last couple of months is I've got the phone in one hand and there's a show I want to watch, but I'm still being distracted by my phone.
That's the indicator.
Yes,
Yeah, that's-
yes. Like even when I start, now I am trying to be cognizant if there is a recommendation to put it down, sit down, and actually look at it. And if it's not good enough, then I'll drift, but I at least have to give it a chance.
you're like King Joffrey, Game of Thrones. Like you're waiting to give it the thumbs up or thumbs down if the person lives or dies, or like Gladiator. I honestly, you're right. When Covino's made this point before, if you're, they call it co-watching. That's how you remember that memo from a year ago where they're
they're actually creating shows for that method of watching. Instead of creating better content, the thought is, well, if we can't beat them, just join them. So they're trying to create such brainless shows with brainless content that you could do both at the same time.
You won't
they're
miss anything,
They're
right?
counter-programming because that's the way that we consume things nowadays.
Yeah, that's our show. That we were told, you can do whatever you want and still listen to us. No, but if you find yourself scrolling and you're like, oh, I got to rewind 10 seconds, I missed that. That means really you're not into the show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
agreed. Yeah.
And that happens far too often nowadays.
Well, enough of Chad Powers. I've stroked him enough, but I think you'll love it.
I will check it out, though, because how many times do we sit there like, what's next? But thankfully, we have lots of action tonight in the world of sports.
doubt. I mean,
I'll put that on the list, Rich, for
got
sure.
a
I'm not
double-
even just saying
A
that.
double doozy in the NFL and a Game 7. But over the weekend, we just have to – I know it's days old now, Danny, but
No, I'm starting the 4-minute
All right,
timer.
fine. Because I'll say this. We need to embrace history as it unfolds because these are the stories. I guarantee you, these are the stories that your grandkids are going to ask you about.
Grandpa, did you see Shohei Ohtani?
I sure did.
You bet your ass I did.
You bet your ass I did. And you're going to be there feeding the ducks, telling your grandkid about the time you saw him hit 3 home runs, and we saw the greatest postseason performance, any performance, in all of history. And, I still think there's wiggle room for the debate between the Babe and Shohei, and that's a debate for another day. But I do think that the Babe was so far superior from his peers in that time as compared to Shohei.
But
what we saw was
the
the
Babe
greatest.
played against, very few people.
Yeah, but I said it on our Patreon today, Rich. He hit more home runs in a season than the rest of the entire league, right?
What was it like seeing him in person?
Oh, I never saw the Babe in person,
I'm
but
kidding.
we know how far superior his contemporaries were, right?
Well, you hear all the inflated stories where people say some of the stories about the Babe are inflated. So it's hard to know what is real and what
it's
is
hard
exaggerated.
to compare, but there's still a debate because it's always the GOAT of their era and of their time. But that is by far, hands down, the single best performance we've ever seen. And I'm not downplaying it a bit. It was amazing, and this is why we should all tune in for the next 10 years of his contract or forever or however long he plays, that we were able to witness this greatness because it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and we may never, ever see that again, dude, and it's amazing. And I feel honored, honestly, honored to be like, oh, my God, I can't believe what I just saw, and you get on your phone with your buddies and your family members like, are you watching this? These are once-in-a-lifetime moments, so even though that happened on Friday, I'm still thinking about it. It's incredible what he did.
When someone does something so extraordinary, I sometimes think we lose how extraordinary it really is. Like Shohei's done so many
Because we
incredible
glorify
things.
the past while the present is just insane.
You glorify the past, and sometimes when someone's so remarkable, hey, if someone has one too many come from behind wins, it becomes second nature and you get spoiled. When when a fighter just knocks everyone out, when he doesn't have a knockout, you're like, oh man, it was a down fight. We get spoiled. And I think with Shohei Ohtani, the stat line on Friday was more impressive than any Little League kid who bats and pitches.
I know, it's insane.
The star Little League kid.
And by the way,
that would be the equivalent of when you were 10. You're like, yeah, when I was 10, I hit 3 home runs in one game and I pitched. We're talking about stuff that you in your best Little League day
not only that, it's
couldn't
the
accomplish.
game that brought you to the World Series, no less, right? And there's so many things that people say about legends, but with Shohei, it's true. Like Mike and I, Mike who runs this place?
Yeah.
We were talking before you got here, and we were saying how, even the sound off of his bat really does sound different. You could close your eyes and know that's a Shohei Ohtani home run. And then the legend gets even crazier, and get this, when you're talking to your grandkids, not only did he hit 3 home runs, but one of them went out of the park and into the dark. No way, Grandpa. That's right. Let me pull it up on YouTube and here,
take a look,
kid.
The right-hander Patrick deals. And Ohtani, towering wall, high drive, right field. He's done it again. Shohei Ohtani to the top of the pavilion in right field. 469 feet. The longest home run at Dodger Stadium this year.
Again, longest home run.
Yeah.
There's so many little stats, all in one game. 10 strikeouts. He got the W. Everything about this performance was legendary, and so were the memes. So let me give you a few memes that I saw, Rich. About 250 Mexican kids in 10 years are going to have to explain why they're named Shohei Rodriguez. That's one of my favorites. Because think about what he's doing to the culture, okay? How many Asian kids, for real, too, are walking around with a strut, right? Where, they may have not had that same strut before. How many Japanese kids are like, yo, That's the dude right there. How many little kids are looking at Shohei like he is the GOAT? You know, we have a whole different perception of what Shohei Ohtani means to baseball.
You just said something that, I mean, you said it, so I'm sure you thought it was smart. But you just said something that I don't want to brush past.
Sure.
How many kids, especially in the Japanese community, are going to be named Shohei after him? I recently saw something that I don't know if this was
dude, it's like what
you or not.
Fernando Valenzuela did for the Mexican community. It gave people something to believe in. You know, it was a new hero, a guy that didn't look like everybody else. You don't think that this how tall is Shohei? 6'5", 6'6", 6'7".
Well, he's not there, but
strapping, handsome Japanese dude that does everything is just making it just a different game all around, and he's such a great role model for these kids.
I mean, kids will be named Shohei for sure. I bet you there might even be some little American kids with like Shohei as a middle name or something. I brought this up.
Shohei Ohtani.
Because
Ohtani!
Did you know this when we talked about this the other day on our other pod? How the name Jalen, matter of factly, we can name a million Jalens in the world of sports and kids at your son or daughter's school. Danny, do you know the story behind the name Jalen?
Oh, is it because of Jalen Rose?
So Jalen Rose's mom did a combination of his dad's name and his uncle's name. I think it was like Jason and Leonard, and he was Jalen. And Jalen was never a name documented in history. There was no kid named Jalen before Jalen Rose.
And then you see it skyrocket.
And then you see like on the baby name registry. And
because he was such a big name in college,
Fab
too.
Five, the Michigan, and then in the NBA, like Jalen created that name. So Jalen Rose
there's
can
an
inspire
argument
a name.
that he was one of the most impactful people in sports because so many people were named after him. Shohei is just such a big-time role model and has changed, I think, baseball forever. Here's another meme that I saw. The Dodgers earned the entirety of Ohtani's $700 million contract in his first year alone. So, again, just changing the game. The top 66 exit velocities by LA Dodgers hitters since Shohei joined, 64 of them are Shohei. Teoscar Hernandez is the only other two that's up there as far as exit velocity. But, like, just the things that he's doing, they're like superhero-like, things you hear in storybooks, almost mythical when we look back. We're getting the privilege to see it live.
I loved how on social media people were saying, can you explain this in NFL terms or in golf terms? This guy said, can someone please explain what Shohei did in golf terms? Thanks. And Zach wrote back, he said, a 63 at Oakmont playing 12 holes right-handed and 6 left-handed.
Yeah, it's insane. It really is. So it's incredible, and because that happened on Friday and we weren't here to talk about it, we got to tell you that there's an update on the guy who caught the third and historic home run of the game. There's an update there, and we'll get to that later, but just so much props to what he did in that game. I think undeniably the greatest sports performance we've ever seen. What up, DB?
Just as the resident golf guy, the 63 at Oakmont, both right and left-handed, is way more impressive than what Ohtani did on Friday. Not even close, but just wanted to. I understand it. Yes, I understand.
What did you shoot at Oakmont?
I shot 102. Yes, the day after the U.S. Open. It was a rough day.
The fact that you've played there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's impressive to me, DB.
Yeah.
But an incredible weekend of baseball and football. And if you have any Shohei thoughts, feel free to share them. But we're witnessing greatness, so just embrace it. Tell your kids, take your kids, show your kids. Hey, remember this kid. And let it sink in because we might not ever see it again. And then, of course, you got the NFL, which is just so much fun. Again, it was so much fun to hang with you guys, celebrating Santa's birthday yesterday, watching your Niners, Rich. And just as I came in here today, you know what they were discussing on FS1? You know your boy Nick Wright? Maybe he's Nick wrong. You tell me. 49ers better without Purdy?
Ooh. I mean, that's.
But it makes you say,
I mean, Mac Jones is, 4-1?
Yeah. Playing tough, playing hurt. You know, and they got a pretty good thing going on right now, or you could say great coaching. But, you know,
I wrote down under
things,
my things that made me go, I think that whether you believe in the Niners to go anywhere is a different story, but wouldn't you argue that Kyle Shanahan's coach of the year?
With all the injuries, yeah, I'd say that. He's,
a depleted team, and this team's 5-2.
He's doing really well. He looks like Danny G and I pointed out last night. Man, he aged a lot. It's a stressful job, but yeah, he's making the lemonade out of dilemmas.
Well, there's a lot of teams. I mean, there's no one that's undefeated, and the Jets are the only winless team. There's a lot of teams, hanging around in some capacity, but there's a lot of teams sitting at 5-2 right now.
There's so many teams that confuse me, like the Falcons, though.
Well, you know what?
Are they the most inconsistent team?
Yeah, that was a weird gauge last night. I didn't know how to really. Danny, we were all saying that last night. It was hard to read last night's game, right?
Same team who lost to the Panthers 30-0, and then the same team that turned around and beat the Bills.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
so I'm like, well, are the 49ers better than we think? Are the Falcons just not that good?
I think there's a couple things. I think there's a lot of 5-2 teams, which is on pace for roughly 12-5, right? So you're looking at a bunch of teams that are on that 12-5 pace, which they're not all going to stick around. So whose luck is going to run out, and what other teams are going to step it up? So we'll see. But as far as the 49ers go, I think it could be summed up simply with one name: Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey, when healthy, just could carry a team. He really could carry a team
because he could run and he can catch.
I mean,
he's a double threat.
There's just so much he brings to the game. Like, even if the ball's not to him, just him being in the backfield creates a million thoughts for a defensive coordinator.
I saw a funny clip of him over the weekend too. It was like there's a lot of people. There's a weird perception that a lot of people have of Christian McCaffrey who think he's just like a small running back, like one of those smaller type. And he's like, dude, I think a lot of people have this idea of me that I'm just this small guy that really can't do a whole lot because I always played with Cam Newton, and I was always seen next to Cam Newton, and people don't realize how big.
But not only that,
is.
You see him, and he's always standing next to Trent Williams.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he's always just standing next to a bigger guy, which is why Covino refuses to hang with really tall guys.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that reputation.
I remember we would
but
do
we
shows.
Forget he's a bigger, powerful guy, so even when he's not carrying the ball, he's doing something productive.
And Rich, Kittle needs to get a lot of attention because when he's out injured, those holes aren't opening the way they were last night.
Kittle, even if the numbers aren't there, Kittle's just pure presence and blocking and just creating diversion. So, no doubt. And by the way, we used to do occasional shows with our pal Ryan Hollins, and Covino's like, "Yeah, I don't want to hang with that guy socially because it just makes me look like Tattoo from Fantasy Island."
I mean, he's how many percentage of people? 1%?
No.
Like a point.
There's 1,200 people in the world that are 7 foot or taller.
We worked with a guy who was over 7 foot tall. You hang out with him, take pictures with him all the time. Great guy, but it made me look terrible.
Covino, he can never take off your Timberlands.
Yeah,
it's like George Costanza in India can never take off his Timberlands.
It's crazy working with a guy over 7 foot tall. But yeah, I mean, I think a totally different vibe, Rich, with Kittle back on the team. Nice win for your 49ers last night. And again, I don't know how to feel about the Falcons other than they're just I saw a lot of comments of Jekyll and Hyde sort of team, just very inconsistent team.
Take this with what you will. The Falcons came off of a big, emotional, physical win over the Bills on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Had to travel across the country on a short week and play San Francisco. I'm not taking anything away from what CMC did last night because he was a one-man show. But the deck was stacked against the Falcons.
Yeah, that definitely has something to do with it, too.
Yeah.
So your thoughts from Shohei to the game tonight, the matchup, and everything you saw this weekend in the NFL. We do it every Monday. Anything that made you go, We'll take your phone calls at 877-99 on Fox, and we do it all next. Covino and Rich.
All right. Now, today's job search can be tough with endless online searches and applications. No phone call, no interviews, nothing but automated email responses. But wait, what if there's a different way to find the job?
Well, guess what? There is. Express Employment Professionals is a staffing agency that works alongside companies to hire candidates for any type of job. Express can help you find a job that matches your qualifications. The local Express team are your advocates in the job market. And the best part, Express never charges a fee for their support. Learn more at expresspros.com.
Stop waiting. Express will find out what you need from your next job. They'll keep you updated on job openings and help you land your next role. Choose Express Employment Professionals for your one connection to dozens of local jobs. With more than 870 locations, there's always an office in your area. The best part? Once Express has your information, you'll be the first to hear about new opportunities that match your skills.
Start by finding a location at expresspros.com and contact your local office today.
I watched that 15-inning game with some of my softball buddies.
Dude.
Man, 5 hours of glory.
That was insanity.
It was a memorable moment for me because I'll always remember where I was because, some of my good pals that I play softball with, it was the 9th inning when our game was wrapping up, and someone's like, yo, break out your phone. Let's watch the last inning or so. And we ended up sitting at the softball field for an hour and a half together, like watching the last, 6 innings of that game.
That was insane.
And I bring that up because it's just very clear. It's abundantly clear that the idea of moving someone over in small ball, analytics, micro, macro, whatever it is, no one is doing it, no matter what. I mean, how many opportunities in extra innings did someone have a chance to say, move someone over? And don't tell me the one great wheel play the Dodgers pulled in the divisional round is deterrent, because you're telling me that all those extra inning opportunities, leadoff double, a walk, and then a guy singled first and second, no one on the Mariners or the the Mariners or the Tigers coaching staff at any point said, pushed for, come on, we got to bunt them over. Is bunting over just not done?
A few people failed at the opportunity. Yeah, I mean, they just aren't skilled in that way. A lot of commentary over the weekend of, can you imagine what if Tony Gwynn was around or Wade Boggs would think, watching the way people just swing for the fences instead of making contact and trying to
move the runner over
and just regular baseball fundamentals. Now, granted, these teams that are here have more than like the Yankees and the Mets and teams that haven't gone this far, but it's so evident when you're watching that game that it's just a different game that we're watching here. But it was still so exciting, man.
I remember.
Dude, so loud that it registered on the Andy Richter scale in Seattle.
I heard
See that?
It's named after him, right?
It's named after him.
Yeah,
no,
Andy
but
Richter.
it did measure on the Richter scale, right?
Yeah,
It got so loud. It was so hyped. Even though we might not like that style of play, it was unbelievable to see, like, oh, my God, is anybody going to win this game? We're 15 innings, man.
I mean, everybody wants to be Freddie Freeman holding their bat like this.
It's true. Everybody wants that hero moment.
Yeah, it's the equivalent to the NBA where guys chuck up threes and half-court shots and from the logo. That's what the younger generation likes, and so you got to roll with it.
Danny, why draw up a possible game-winning play when you could just heave up a three? You're right. It's the equivalent. And, listen, we're just fans. I'm not in the Major League Baseball dugout, so for all they know, they're like, hey, moron, we know the analytics. We know 3 at-bats, 1 hit wins it. Why are we going to give up an out? But I don't know. Fundamentally, my mind is like, get the guy to third. You have 2 shots. A fly ball, a ground ball hard the other way could score your winning run. I don't
So many
get
double
it,
plays.
but there must
Covino's Yankees could have extended their series had they generated some runs there in those last few innings.
Without a doubt. And the sentiment there is, and I agree with it, is teams like that are built for 162, not for, like in the long run, they're going to hit all these home runs and drive in all these runs. But in a short series like that, when you're swinging for the fences, good pitching is going to stop that always.
Bro,
and that's what we were seeing. A bunch of dudes, a bunch of role players swinging for the fence.
You know why?
Good pitching was stopping it, and high-pressure moments were stopping it, and it went 15 innings. For us, the casual fan, edge of my seat, I can't imagine how a Tigers fan or a Mariners fan felt watching that nail-biting 15-inning marathon.
Let me tell you, that's why my Mets weren't in the postseason. That weekend, the weeks leading up to the end of the season, multiple games. I remember one in particular where similar scenario. Mets are up in the bottom of the inning, and you remember in regular season you start with that phantom runner on second. And I remember the explanation was, quote, Francisco Alvarez is not a great bunter. And I'm like, or he can't bunt, or he doesn't do that. And I'm like, your eighth in the order catcher can't bunt over a guy. And then
I understand some people are better than others, but you're in the major leagues. Like, figure it out.
And I'm not saying it's easy to lay down a bunt against a guy throwing 96-mile-an-hour splitters.
No, but you're teaching your kids when you're coaching. You're teaching them how to bunt.
If I'm fundamentally trying to teach little ones these skills, come on now.
Is it EMF for Shohei Ohtani?
Oh!
Unbelievable. You know that's the Dice Man? It's unbelievable. They use a sample from Andrew Dice Clay in this song.
That's true.
Unbelievable. Oh. Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio were unbelievable. Diabolical, as the kiddos say. We got Iowa Sam on the ones and twos, the birthday boy. We got super producer Danny G on the phones. Always super producing. 877-99 on Fox. And Spotty's got our video up. Streaming live. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Dan Byers got your update in about 8 minutes, so stick around for that. We got your phone calls coming in. Anything that made you go, we do it every Monday here on the Covino and Rich Show.
Danny G made me go, There's something Danny G does that I want to point out as a good move.
Things that make you go,
Danny G travels with a football.
He does.
And I feel like it's a clutch move. Like, anytime Danny G comes over for a barbecue, a little birthday dinner, something.
I brought the pigskin.
Always brings a football. And I think it's a great move because who doesn't want to, like, dip outside for a second or just toss around the football? It's like, Danny G, it's your patented move, I think.
Yeah, I've always had at least one football in my trunk. And if there's a gathering, I always bring it in. And the only thing I felt bad about last night is your two kids started tackling each other with the football, and they got into a little bit of trouble.
Of course.
I mean, I'm not going to tell Rich how to parent, but he needs to control these little rugrats.
It's a party starter, though.
It's
my ball. No, it's my ball.
It's
no,
like a
smack punch.
It's a service ball. It's a comfort ball.
Yeah.
Like it's there
always
to, provide comfort and service to Danny.
And as the old joke goes, if someone breaks out any type of ball, tennis ball, football, baseball, another guy in the room's bound to be like, yo, let me see.
Throw it over here.
Let me see.
You know which one I can't resist? Like, if you're holding it right now, I'd be like, pass off. If I saw a racquetball, because it just has a good feel and bounce to it.
Like a blue
Yeah,
racquetball.
hey, give me that.
Oh, it's like a stress ball.
Like a handball?
Squeeze a stress ball.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of balls, balls to the wall. There's an update on Shohei's third home run ball over the weekend. We'll get to that. Plus, last one standing. We got prizes to give away. But the NFL, anything you observed over the weekend, we'll get to your phone calls now. Things that made you go.
Let's say hi to Carlos in Fresno. What's up, Carlos?
Órale, Carlos.
Hey, bud. Carlos, Danny. There he is.
Inside.
Hey, bud, there you are.
Questions, I guess.
What
Yeah.
up?
Hello.
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's up? I have two questions and two comments, I guess.
Yeah.
Basically, on Seattle, if the big dumper doesn't come through, is it a lost season?
Ooh, lost season? Nah, I don't think so, man. That was a great season for Seattle.
This is as far as they've pretty much come. So
absolutely.
right?
Yeah, I mean, they say that Ken Griffey saved Safeco in 95, I believe, in the playoffs. And what have they really done since then? They've had some great teams, but this is the farthest I've seen them. So is it a wash? No, man. I think they had a really great season. But, hey, we'll see what happens tonight. I know Vladdy Guerrero is playing on a different level, but anything can happen tonight.
Big dumper, though. This could be a moment.
Yeah, and
This
for
could
the
be the
record,
moment.
it doesn't make or break his MVP chances, and doesn't
That's already
ruin
been- yeah,
anything.
that's already-
Yeah, it doesn't take away from his accomplishments.
What else did you have, Carlos?
Yeah.
You said you had two things. That was one.
Yeah, that was one. And on football, is someone like Mayfield, Darnold, someone else going to get a ring before Allen or Jackson?
I mean, it looks like it, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That always seems to happen, though. We talked about that last week, how, like, we were singing Joey Flacco's praises, and we're saying he was always the guy, like, can you believe he got one and other greats didn't?
Yeah.
It just happens all the time. There's going to be another team that sneaks in there. Maybe it's because of their defense, or maybe we just underestimate their leadership.
Yeah. Let's say hi to Mitch in Jersey. What's up, Mitch?
How you doing, guys? A couple of things on USC and one on Ohtani.
Yeah.
USC. Lincoln, we had talent on that defensive line. And we had a good set of running backs. I think got a possible Heisman in Mayava and Micaiah Lemon. But he tries to be pretty. Cute as with your children, your little kids. I mean, your family. That's cute, your dog. But
I could hardly hear him.
He was speaking another language. I don't know what he was saying.
Spoke very fast. He did he even throw
I was
in the
going to defer to you guys because you're from the East Coast.
Did he throw in the Ohtani point? Because he spoke really quickly.
Honestly?
I heard Ohtani and Heisman.
I thought he was upset with USC's performance against Notre
he did
Dame.
say
I believe he said the
Mayava.
quarterback was cutesy, and he doesn't like the word cute. Cute's designated for dogs and babies, not for your quarterback's performance.
Man, I really, honestly, I was like, is anyone else hearing him? Because
I mean, I'm fluent in East
I was like,
Coast
in my
Guido,
mind,
but-
I'm like, am I having a stroke right now?
If you guys ever get rid of Big Mike's words of wisdom, just replace it with that and try to decode that.
Mitch, I love
You'll
you,
never
buddy.
give out a koozie or a water bottle for your entire life.
Hey, call back anytime. I
Mitch's
appreciate
words of Jersey.
Words of Jersey. I'm fluent in Jersey, but it was, the connection here. What? I'm
Hey.
sorry, what?
Yeah, it was like Pee Wee when he called Dottie.
We're going to take the rest of your phone calls at 877-99 on Fox. Want to hear your thoughts on the Giants' collapse. Want to hear your thoughts on the Patriots. Are they the best in the AFC East? That's what everybody's saying. Things that made you go, We'll get to your phone calls next. But first, an update from the great Dan Byer.
Hey,
Thank you
DB.
very much. Mariners and Blue Jays, Game 7 ALCS tonight in Toronto. You'll see it on Fox. 8 o'clock Eastern time, George Kirby goes up against Shane Bieber. Albert Pujols no longer in the running to be the next manager of the Angels, still a candidate for the Padres managerial opening, according to reports. Tonight, there is a Monday Night Football doubleheader. Mike Evans and Emeka Ibuka active tonight for Tampa Bay as they face the Lions coming up at 7 o'clock Eastern time, both dealing with hamstring injuries. Texans and Seahawks coming up at 10 o'clock Eastern time. Now some quarterbacking news. Panthers quarterback Bryce Young suffered a high ankle sprain in their win over the Jets on Sunday. This was Panthers head coach Dave Canales earlier today.
We're going to go day to day on that right now and just really look at him each day. Just test the ankle in different ways to see if we can't get him back out there on Wednesday in some way, shape, or form.
Now the NFL Network said Andy Dalton is expected to start Week 8 for Carolina against the Bills because of that injury. Jets head coach Aaron Glenn wouldn't name a starting quarterback for their Week 8 matchup in Cincinnati.
I want to make sure that I make the right decision, and I don't want to make rash decisions either.
Aaron Glenn making the choice to replace Justin Fields yesterday in the second half of their loss to the Panthers with Tyrod Taylor. Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels does not have a serious hamstring strain, but it is a strain, so his status for Week 8's matchup on Monday Night Football against the Chiefs is up in the air. Falcons quarterback Michael Penix Jr. is day-to-day with a bone bruise in his foot. They have the Falcons coming up. Falcons head coach Mike McDaniel says that he is sticking with Tua Tagovailoa as their starting quarterback for Week 8 against Atlanta. As for Darren Waller, the tight end has a pec injury, not torn, but strained, so he could miss some time. Finally, Nuggets and guard Christian Brown agreed to a 5-year extension. Hawks guard Dyson Daniels gets a 4-year, $100 million extension in Atlanta. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, DB. You said Pujols out of the running for the Angels, but where?
Padres.
Padres. You know, it's interesting. We're so close-minded is the wrong word. We assume when a guy played for a team, or if a guy's career spanned 3-4 teams, we assume they would be the only ones interested in them in a coaching position. How many people do you think admired Albert Pujols from afar?
Everybody.
How many GMs, how many scouts, how many front offices said, "Oh, we just couldn't get him"?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you always assume that the guy's going to coach the team he was on, but there's 29 other teams that probably admired what that guy was capable of doing. And I did see a recent clip, if you want to tie it all together, that Albert Pujols talks about, was it he that taught Ohtani a different move with his front foot? Have you seen that clip that's floating around?
Mm-hmm.
Like the way, almost like a little pigeon-toed, how Pujols had that front foot in. He said, I taught that to Ohtani, and then all of a sudden it totally just made his swing even better. So Albert, big student of the game. So that should be interesting to see him land somewhere. All right, now back to things that made you go, Let's take one call now. We'll take the rest in a little bit. Paul in Minnesota wants to talk about one of the big games of the season so far that goes down tonight, Lions and Bucks. What's up, Paul?
Hey, guys. Longtime Lions fan. I live in Minnesota now, so that kind of sucks. But just wanted to get your thoughts. I think the Lions are going to make a statement tonight and put themselves back in the league of the NFC. But I wanted to know what you guys thought.
I mean, I don't think what you're saying is unlikely. They're almost a touchdown favorite in Vegas. They're 6.5-point favorites. So the sentiment that the Lions do make a statement at home is likely. Again, that's what Vegas is sort of thinking as well. Will it be a double-digit, we're the Lions, biting your kneecaps, Dan Campbell type of night? It very well could be. Baker Mayfield's not going to go 16-1. So there will be other L's on that schedule. Maybe tonight on the road in Detroit is one that if you lost, you don't look back and say, man, we let that one slip. That's, to me, that's
better
like.
Believe this Monday Night Football game is both teams want it bad. So that's what makes it exciting.
Yeah, I mean, 4-2 Lions, 5-1 Bucks. I mean, the reality is if the Lions do win, remember earlier in the show I said there's a hell of a lot of teams that are 5-2, which is on pace for around 12-5, and you wonder, are there really that many 12-win teams, or do a lot of these teams simmer down? Who knows? We'll take your feedback and more observations from Week 7 and, of course, World Series right around the corner, all coming up right here on Fox Sports Radio. But yesterday after the show, I went to the gym. 'Cause, hit your mid-40s. Guys just work a little extra hard.
Girls for the girls,
it's my
man.
birthday.
Yeah.
You hit your 40s and you're like, all right, I got, got to work harder. I'm at the gym, and there's only one TV on the Dodgers-Phillies game. And I looked around the gym.
I think one word. Pathetic.
I looked around, Danny G, and I commented on this. I left a video on my Instagram story in disgust because
I saw it.
I looked around and I saw 9 people with Dodger hats or T-shirts on. So let me tell you, L.A. people represent the Dodgers, but you know what they are? They're full of baloney.
You can't call them the L.A. Dodger fans, though,
baloney.
Rich. A real Dodger fan is not going to be in the middle of 2 miles of cardio.
I know. Someone told me that. Go to Echo Park, go to downtown L.A.
Yeah, I said, you go deeper into L.A. and then tell me that they're not going to have the Dodgers game on all the TVs. No. Sherman Oaks, I'm sorry, it's not Los Angeles.
I get
it is Los Angeles.
Yeah, but
I live in LA.
It's not Dodger Los Angeles.
As transplants, we're from the East Coast. It's really disappointing, though, because I experienced that a lot, as Rich did yesterday. It's like, you guys for real right now? How do you not have it on?
Dan Byer, it's wild.
Well, I was going to say, I try to give the license plate frame people the benefit of the doubt when I know that their team is playing at that point. Like maybe this poor guy's at work and I know he's got the game on the radio though as he's listening to the Rams as he has his Rams license plate frame.
It dawned on me at the gym when I was doing triceps, the little rope pull down deal, the guy next to me had a Dodgers hat and a Dodgers t-shirt on. And I was like, all right, I'm going to observe this guy because the one TV across the room is the only one with the Dodgers game on. And this guy must have thought I was into him or something because I kept looking at him like, is he going to glance at the TV? This guy is wearing a Dodgers hat and a Dodgers shirt. There's one TV in front of like the treadmills on the far side that I kept myself going back to look at just because I'm a sports fan.
Did the treadmills have the little personal TV?
No, they did not.
Okay.
And
you think the treadmills we go to have personal TVs? We're lucky if they work.
Full selection of cable.
We go to the weekdays gym until we get that Dan Patrick money.
Yeah, until we get that DP money.
We know a lot of passionate Dodger fans, and then obviously in every city where you have a winning team, you're going to see like the Patriots. There were a lot of Patriots gear all throughout Boston and Massachusetts, and not all of those people were riding with the Patriots when they were losing.
I think what Danny G is saying, like we're in the San Fernando Valley, and maybe the Valley is a different type of fan.
Maybe, but I'll say this.
They're more into all-valley karate.
There's levels of fans, right? There's levels of so many things, right?
That's what it is.
There's levels of fans, and again, not just fans. Anything you talk about, there's going to be levels of. There's some people that are music fans, and then there's like no. There's like music fans that know cuts of albums and singers of groups, and other people like I don't know who's in that band. Like
they're wearing the T-shirt of the band.
And
they couldn't name you a single song.
Weak. They might be a fan of a band, and you're like, they might not know the album names, but they know a couple songs they like. I just know me and how I am with my sports teams. If the Mets, maybe because the Mets stink, but when the Mets are in the playoffs, I've traveled to New York to be there at the game, or I've actually said to the boss, like, can I broadcast from home that day so I don't miss any during my commute? Like, if you're a fan, there's no way you wouldn't be locked in during a postseason game.
Oh, for sure.
Like I've seen Covino on his phone at a restaurant during a regular season game. Like, I don't know.
I witnessed Danny G watching a Raiders game at a Rams game. How about that?
I don't disagree with that. You went to a Rams game because you probably got a nice opportunity, but you're like, well, I still want to check out.
Yeah, my kid wanted to go. I brought him, but I'm like, I'm watching the whole Raiders game on my phone.
Because you care. Yeah, it's just some people don't care as much. It's as simple as that.
It's casual versus like diehard. It's like you could say the same again about music. There's people that.
And if anyone gives you flack, it's what? Why? Because I care a lot?
Yeah, it's casual fans versus diehards.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Maybe I shouldn't care so much about the casual fan. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on it. But there are times where I'm like, man, Dodgers tonight. And I'm just trying to make conversation with like a dad at the school. And he's like, oh, they're playing tonight? I'm like, they're playing tonight. It's the divisional series. What do you like? Like stuff like that will drive me bonkers. Yo, CNR, Covino Rich, Fox Sports Radio, live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. And it's time for our Tire Rack play of the day. And I felt so bad for Jackson Dart and Scataboo, but people are still buzzing about what happened in Denver.
An attempt of 39 yards for the win. Snap, placement, kick on the way. It is good! Bronco players celebrating like they just won a home playoff game.
Left them too much time. It was a battle. That right there is courtesy of KOA 850 AM and 94.1 FM Broncos Radio, and that was our Tire Rack play of the day. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers with the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free. Free road hazard protection. Convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. All about Tire Rack, the way tire buying should be.
And the CNR show sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and NBA. Right now, use the promo code CRSHOW, CRSHOW, to claim your special offer at DraftKings. Again, that's promo code CRSHOW at DraftKings. The crown is yours.
So Jinx. So
Patriots, Rich, after this weekend,
yep.
The talk of the town.
What town?
Lazy Town. Crazy town.
Electric City.
Flavor town.
Vrabel's name was being chanted.
Yeah. Are they the best in the AFC East? Again, 31-13 over the Titans.
Well,
just looking good.
Listen, you could say at the moment, yes, because they beat the Bills in Buffalo. And they
just
are,
seems like a quick turnaround, right?
Like
they went from, man, they stink, to all of a sudden, wow, they're right back in the mix.
It's almost unfair. And it happens in all sports, right? Where, like, you're like, oh, man, it's time to rebuild. And when the team rebuilds quick, you're almost mad at them for it. Like, well, you were supposed to suck for a decade. You're good again? That's not fair. Like, when your team sucks, you're just mad that they suck for longer.
And
they really suck for, 3 years maybe? They've turned it around quite quickly.
That's why I'm still trying to process. Like, yo, they're back, huh? Okay, I guess so. We got to start taking them serious.
Their suck was not long-lasting.
No. Or it was more fast
acting.
Danny G and I at Sammy Sweetheart's birthday party yesterday. By the way, I love the magician and balloon guy you hired, Sam. That was great.
My Sammy Sweetheart's 16.
Yeah. At Sam's birthday celebration yesterday, Danny G was like, hey, man, did you see how the Vikings were defending the tush push? That was kind of wild. That made me say,
Just trying new things.
Yeah, I mean.
Looked effective, too.
It did. It looked effective. It's like, all right, don't work harder, work smarter. There's a way to do it. And they were, like, laying sideways. And
it's almost like a V shape, and they were able to get to the quarterback.
Flying V.
It made me say, for sure.
You know what made me say, You said it earlier. Mac Jones. I saw a funny clip. I saw a funny clip, and it was a 49er fan fighting with someone. It was a little comedy skit. It's like, so would you say since Kyle Shanahan's been there, he's coached in a good system? Yes. So you're saying if you play in his system, you're effective. And it's this whole slippery slope, too. So Mac Jones wouldn't be this good somewhere else. So is he a system quarterback, which makes Brock Purdy? Your thoughts on Mac Jones? Is it really just Kyle Shanahan has such a user-friendly program? Or is that taking away credit from a guy that's a first-round draft pick?
Yeah, I think we forget that he was a solid quarterback to begin with, and he's getting an opportunity to play in a good system, and it works for him.
Yeah, it's similar to the Vikings. You can go there and be in a great offensive scheme for a quarterback.
Easier for some than others.
And there's some things that Mac Jones can't do. He's not going to take off and pick up a first down with his feet usually. I think that there's certain things they use certain plays in the playbook that they would use with Brock Purdy that they won't use with Mac Jones.
I'm not quick to be like, well, Purdy's a system guy that lucked out and now makes $50 million a year. But you know what I do look back at? Now we've had enough time. You know what a president, you can't really tell if his term was good until years later.
How about when a president puts AI videos out?
Stop it. Of dumping poo? Yeah.
How about that? How about when the president tweets out really random videos?
Of what?
I think, like, a presidency, it's hard to tell until, they always say until a decade or so later when you could really look back. I think that applies to sports, too. Looking back, man, like, Jimmy Garoppolo is the definition of, like, someone that, like, benefited solely from being with the Niners in that time period with Kyle Shanahan, playing with McCaffrey, Kittle, Debo, Ayuk. Like, do you think Jimmy Garoppolo... And that makes me think if they had anyone but him, they probably would have won 2 Super Bowls.
Speaking of quarterbacks, can we go back to the Denver celebration really quick? Jackson Dart, and we were talking about this at the party last night. When he first laid out, and it was early in the drive, in the series because of the penalty, it was almost better when he was called down because the clock would have ran and because he actually extended and got the ball in there. Do we need to see more of Higgins? We talked about at the end of last week with that high IQ, and the quarterback on the other side of the field is just chomping at the bit to get that ball back.
You don't want to give these guys the time.
Anything above 30 seconds.
Bro, ever since Mahomes and the Chiefs took the ball downfield, they started with like less than 20 seconds in that championship game or divisional, whatever it was a couple of years back. Ever since then, I feel like no time is short enough. Like, in my mind, if you get a quarterback and one bad pass interference call, something, like, you're there.
We did learn, though, officially that the Giants have their quarterback of the future. Like, that dude's exciting to watch. He's a gamer. They just need a new kicker, and their defense is a little ass. But other than that, Giants look like they got some fire. That was a heartbreaker.
They do.
So we'll get to the rest of your feedback and phone calls, I guess. There's still more things that made you go, plus last one standing. Lots to get to next hour. We got to talk about the two best words in sports. Are they really Game 7? Are there other really sexy words?
Game 7.
We'll break it down.
We'll get to that and a bunch more. Having fun on a Monday. Covino and Rich, Fox Sports Radio.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking
joking.
Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best. You were dating some girl, and you were like, hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense. Her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the fun.
we're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there, and I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
Tonight on Fox, it's Game 7 of the ALCS between the Mariners and Blue Jays. You'll see it from Toronto at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. At 7 o'clock Eastern Time in Detroit, the Lions are home to the Buccaneers. Tampa Bay will have wide receivers Mike Evans and Emeka Ibuka available for tonight. Both are active despite dealing with hamstring injuries. An MRI revealed Panthers quarterback Bryce Young suffered a high ankle sprain on Sunday, and he's expected to miss this week's game against the Bills. Andy Dalton would be in line to start as he replaced Young yesterday in New York. Head coach Dave Canales says of Young right now, they're taking it day to day. Jets head coach Aaron Glenn wouldn't name a starting quarterback for their Week 8 matchup in Cincinnati. Tyrod Taylor replaced Justin Fields at halftime of yesterday's loss. Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels doesn't have a serious hamstring injury, but his status for Week 8 in Kansas City is up in the air. Falcons quarterback Michael Penix Jr.'s day-to-day. No practice today for Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. And Niners quarterback Brock Purdy expected to miss Week 8. I'm Dan Byer.
Oh, yeah.
VIP in full effect. Hope you had a great weekend. Like I said, Colts, Broncos, Niners sort of weekend. A Shohei Ohtani sort of weekend.
Shohei Ohtani.
Hey, a Humpty Dumpty type of weekend, because we know that Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
Had a great fall for real. That dude was drinking pumpkin spice lattes, rocking a vest.
Watching football, chilling.
Watching football, feet up, enjoying.
Are you investing, by the way? Have you bought a fall vest? Is that going to be your look this year?
Oh, you better believe it. Can't wait to rock my Marty McFly special edition. I'm Steve Covino. That is Rich Davis, and we be rocking out. We got Danny G super producing. He's on the phones at 877-99 on Fox. He's also the host of Last One Standing, the game that's sweeping the nation. We'll get to that. Your chance to win some prizes. Our turbo balls. Speaking of balls, there's an update on Shohei Ohtani's home run ball, his third home run over the weekend. If we have time, we'll get to that.
Well, can't wait to hear about Ohtani's balls. What else you got?
And we're wrapping up right now. Your observations from this weekend. We do it every Monday, things that make you go, We're just putting a bow on that conversation and calling it a day.
Yeah.
Right now, we're broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. CNR show sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and NBA. And to think that NBA is literally right around the corner. Right now, use the promo code CRSHOW, CRSHOW, to claim your special offer at DraftKings. Again, that's promo code CRSHOW at DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Oh, yesterday was a big, easy day for gamblers. It really was. It was, I guarantee you, yesterday Vegas lost. Covino and I are in a pool with some of our old pals from SiriusXM, and you have to do a 4-for-4 parlay with the point spread. There's a couple hundred people. There are weeks where no one, out of like 100 or so people, can hit 4 out of 4. It's not easy. A 4-leg parlay, not easy at all. This week, I think I was one of like 20 people that hit it. Because I think it was a very easy gambling week. Nothing crazy happened. Teams covered small point spreads. It was a good one.
Heartbreaker, though, with the Jets, Broncos.
Giants, Broncos.
I mean, Giants, Broncos. Well,
Jets are still on 7.
Jets just stink. With the iHeartRadio app, you can stream us wherever you happen to be. Remember to catch all of your favorite Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app. Stream us live all day, every day, and be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app, so it always pops up on the top of your screen. Number 1 on your presets, number 1 in your heart, Covino and Rich. Now, there was other observations I made, Rich, like Patrick Mahomes' acting abilities. That was a big headline over the weekend.
My goodness. Is he great or what?
Patrick Mahomes.
This never effing works.
He unexpectedly ran a play that resulted in a first down, and then he was asked about his acting skills, and he's like, I think my work in the State Farm commercials has paid off, and he's like, good one. And, he did a great job with that, but the Chiefs are also proving that they're going to be one of the usual suspects.
We've
dude.
been saying it every week of
God,
the NFL season.
I hate that when they were
Because
0-2.
he's having a season, dude. He's having a season.
I hate when they were 0-2 that I've believed that, maybe they're going to hit some road bumps. Yeah, they did, and then now it's over. And Mahomes actually has been carrying my Dan Beyer Guillotine League. Oh, the guy's put up great numbers. When I drafted Mahomes, there were some people that were like, yeah, Rich, he's not the Mahomes of years ago. And he's having a really good statistical season as well.
I don't want to say it's a comeback season, but he's still got that magic in him.
A statistical comeback season, right,
Yeah.
Dan Beyer? You're the fantasy guy.
Absolutely. The defense isn't as good as it once was for Kansas City, which has forced them to score a few more points.
Yep.
And they really don't have a running game right now, or at least a consistent one. So it's been a lot of Mahomes lately.
It really has been, and here's what he said about his State Farm acting chops.
I think it comes from all my State Farm commercials. No, I'm joking.
Honestly, when he went up to the line of scrimmage, it's his Dan Marino moment, meaning, remember when Dan Marino famously did the fake spike, and then it was like, ooh, no one ever thought to do that before? Mahomes, if you don't know what we're talking about, because I can't expect everyone saw every game, you know when it's 4th and short yardage, sometimes a team goes up to the line of scrimmage, and after the first hard count, you realize, they're not going to snap the ball. They're trying to get the defense
Trying
to
to draw
jump.
him off sides, yeah.
And it was one of those like, and then he audibly hears, and you can, Tony Romo and everyone hears him say, this never effing works. And then just when you think he's about to call the playoff or take the 5-yard delay a game, whatever.
If you listen close, he goes,
psych. And then he snaps the ball, and they run for a first down. It was really, I'm shocked it took this long for someone to do the fake.
He didn't say hike. He went, psych.
Mahomes also chuckled like that when they asked him about the chop block on Max Crosby's knees.
Oh, stop.
So did you see that? And then let's go to the rules analyst.
Danny.
Oh, well, technically that is legal.
Danny, can I tell you something? Tom Brady should call you and tell you how great of a fan you are for the Raiders. You know, the Davis family.
Oh, he shouldn't talk to me right now.
Well, let me tell you, because I thought this yesterday before you got to our house. We were looking at, watching all the highlights. And I turned to Sam and Covino and I said, Danny G is such a great Raiders fan that every week he comes in and tries to find something positive. Like, guys, if it wasn't for the, a couple offensive linemen, and Genty will get started. Like, you're so positive when your team is junk.
Genty did get started a few weeks ago. That wasn't enough to do squat.
I know, but I'm saying, like, you are so...
aside from week one and then blowing the end of that Chicago game, there's been times where they looked decent, and most of the season so far they have looked god-awful. But you got to wonder what's going on with Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly. There's rumors that Chip Kelly is not liked in that locker room. And so far, that's been a lot of money spent and not spent well on Chip Kelly.
I heard Rob Parker going berserk on your team, man.
I heard Rob Parker going berserk on Shohei Ohtani last Friday.
That's true. So maybe he'll
even
wake
after
up
the
Pete
first
Carroll.
home run.
Well,
That's
Danny,
right.
Danny G, if people don't know.
I do that?
If people don't know Danny G, he's a big Dodgers and Raiders guy. And you can't be having more of a split personality right now. One of your teams is going to probably easily win the World Series, and your other team may win 3 games all year.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of Raider fans, I would hope and pray that someday Mark Davis is not the owner of the team. That has not been working out well. He's not his dad.
What's going wrong?
Any means.
Ask it.
There's been so many rebuilds. There's been so many half rebuilds and stops and starts and new coaches and new systems. And besides Graham, the defensive coordinator, nothing consistent really has been in that building. The only thing you could hope for is maybe Tom Brady will have some influence to do a true rebuild. But
I just wonder.
Not a lot of hope.
What I'm not seeing. DB, you analyze this stuff every week, being a big fantasy guy, and it's not all about numbers and points. But what are the Raiders? Is it they haven't got their quarterback? Is it the frequent changes in coaching that they're one of the few teams that hasn't effectively at least done a rebuild while they made the postseason and then tuckered out. Like even Miami for a second was like, and then they fell off again. But the Raiders just can't get it together.
I thought that Pete Carroll was brought in to try to change the attitude of the Raiders, and I think they've tried that a bunch of different ways, whether it be bringing in the Patriot way with Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler at one point. Then they bring in Tom Telesco. They let him go after 1 year, and now you bring in a now 74-year-old Pete Carroll. So if he hasn't changed the culture of the locker room. It's not like Pete Carroll's going to coach there 8 years. Like that's not going to happen. You needed it to be more immediate.
And remember, Antonio Pierce for a minute was like, "Oh man, they got their guy internally," and then that was like a short-lived experiment.
He gave them energy, and they just feel cursed in a way because Gruden, right when he started getting things rolling, then the whole email thing and all that.
I think that's where things started to unravel. After that, they just lost all hope. It seems like.
I would be gangster. If I was Mark Davis, I would clean house and rehire John Gruden and shake it up.
Shake it up.
I mean, if I was Mark Davis, I'd get a haircut first, then do all the stuff.
Then do that. Hey, Rich,
just put some gel. Just put some styling gel in
Take
it.
you back to Friday. We were talking about your big TV game of the week, and you were torn between the Giants and Broncos and the Colts and the Chargers. Two good games. But the takeaway is the Chargers. I know you're such a uniform guy. A lot of memes over the weekend about they look like the Savannah Bananas.
Even Adam Shine said that on CBS. Hey, Adam Shine, the Savannah Bananas. I mean the Chargers.
I saw a lot of memes about that. And, what are our thoughts now about the Colts? Are we just going to accept, much like the Pats, that they're just the solid team this year?
Yeah, listen, every few years, guys, we got to remember, there's a changeover in who's good. And it's not, there's a couple teams that remain in the mix, but why is it crazy to think a team rebuilt and now they're good? Colts look good.
Mac Jones, Daniel Jones, looking great this year, man. So those are our takeaways. I did have one more observation, too, aside from the banana-looking uniforms. In the world of fighting, did you see Paulie Malignaggi made a return to the ring?
No.
But in a bare-knuckle brawl? Now, even as a fight fan, I'll watch the highlights, but there's not a whole lot of intrigue there for me when it comes to a bare-knuckle brawl, at least not at the moment, right? I'm not into that, really. You got to see how mangled his face was after a victory in his comeback win. Paulie, the Magic Man Malignaggi. You got to see how mangled he was.
Anything for a buck
and
at this point, right?
he won the fight. That's the crazy part about it. So that also happened over the weekend. I'm just throwing that out there as a fight fan, man. You might see some highlights on your social media about that. And those are our observations.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a lot more tomorrow because there's two great games tonight and a Game 7 that we got to talk about.
John in Minnesota, one last call about some NFL stuff now. What's up, bud? Johnny.
Hey, Johnny, you're on. Minnesota.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, how you guys doing, man? I love you, Rich and Covino.
What's up, bud?
Thank you, buddy.
I mean, if that might have been one name at all, but
What's up?
Oh, okay. I have one worst of the weekend and one best of the weekend.
Okay.
It was my birthday on Friday. The Gophers won Nebraska, the number 25. But the Vikings went into the red zone 6 times and only scored 1 touchdown. If they would have scored one more, we would have won.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the holdup of a lot of. I mean, there are teams that you wonder, wow, I guess you ever look at the team stats on an app or something, and you're like, wow, they had a lot of yards. Wow, they converted third downs at a decent rate. If you can't push the ball in at all in the red zone, you're never going to win, right? It's I always look at 2 things, and it's red zone conversions and time of possession. Those things, and turnovers. Turnovers, time of possession, and red zone execution. Those 3 things could tell the whole story. If you didn't watch the game, just look at that, and that'll tell you.
Don't bury the lead. Was that a gopher sound effect or a squirrel that Sam played?
Yeah, whatever your imagination wants.
I'm not sure.
It's a good one.
But Jalen Hurts put up some big numbers. Speaking of the numbers and what you look at, 326 yards, 3 touchdowns. So the Eagles over the Vikings. And then, like we said, tonight, lots of great stuff to get to. Now,
Bears secretly good?
What'd you say?
Bears
4 in a row for
good?
the Bears. So, yeah, these are things we need to take note of for sure. 4 in a row for the Bears. Looks like they're turning things around.
And Mike, who runs this place, is a Panthers fan. So I have to shout out his winning streak Carolina Panthers. Hey, they're as he said during the break, if the Bucs lose tonight to the Lions,
that was a dynamic 13-6 victory.
I mean, the Panthers are only a game behind. Think about that. If the Panthers win tonight, if the Bucs lose tonight, they're 4-3. The Bucs will be 5-2. They're right there. Who would have thought that, right? I mean, good for the Panthers. I know they're not explosive, great wins, but they're not awful.
Well, you got two.
Is that fair?
Big games tonight. We'll be talking about that tomorrow, and of course, a Game 7. Now, it's one of the biggest cliches, but it's also very true that when it comes to sports, the two best words in sports are Game 7. And everybody says it, and if you listen to sports talk radio, or you and your buddies are chopping it up, or you're at the barbershop, you hear things like that. Two best words in sports, Game 7. It's so. I heard Chris Perfett say it today in an update, and I knew it was coming. And because it's just something that everybody says, but it's true.
The best two words, guys.
Dude, we said it amongst each other hanging out yesterday.
He didn't say free food were the two best words?
No, hey, but you know what? I'm glad you said that.
Free
I'm glad
food.
you said that. Because, hey, we're all pumped about the game tonight, especially if you don't have a team playing. You're just watching for fun. Man, it gives us more to talk about and something to watch because it's do or die. Every little pitch, every call, every hit, every pitch taken is a big moment tonight and under the microscope because everything counts and everything matters because it's do or die. It's for all the Tostitos, as we say. Game 7. But when it comes to the best two words, can we think of any other two words that compare? But a PG-13 variation here for Fox Sports Radio.
Well, if you're going to keep it clean.
Like you said, free food. Yo, bro, those are two great words for anybody.
I was saying open bar.
Because I'll get out of my seat. I'm like, where? What's up? Where are we at? Free food? All right. Dude, that gets everybody pumped.
Yep.
So not just Perfett, everybody. So let's get the phones going. Before we get into last one standing and all the other fun we have today and the prizes and everything else, Game 7 tonight, are there two other best words that come to mind? But again, without being rated R and X.
When my wife and I actually get away from the kids, like when those few times a year we actually take a little getaway, adults only.
You love that, huh?
Oh, nothing bothers me more than other people's kids. When I'm on vacation.
That's so funny.
If I'm escaping,
you're a parent, you appreciate
the kid.
Kids. I love kids. I got kids.
When I am not with my own kids and coaching and doing things at the school, when I'm not in that mode, get your stupid kids away from me.
I'm with you on vacations because you want to relax.
Weddings too.
That's what I don't get. Because,
no kids.
Like, how do the little kids ever get to know their family members if you don't want them at their party? Like, some of my greatest memories as a kid was sliding around the dance floor, and that's the only time I see Uncle so-and-so anyway.
No kids at weddings.
Yeah, I can't get down with the wedding one. But the vacation one, I get it. No kids.
Kids will ruin a wedding.
I mean, for a guy who has two kids, it's pretty harsh.
You're so anti-kid.
Yeah, I know.
I'm so anti-kid.
Sound like a jerk to me. Yeah,
jerk.
Sounds a little jerky. I think it's a cultural thing, and that's my polite way of saying it. I really do. Because in my family, like, if someone told my dad that he couldn't bring his kids, you know what he would say? Well, F you, I ain't going. Swear to God. My dad would be offended by that.
How about after
if someone said, Mr. Covino, you're invited, but you can't bring your kids, my dad would have been like, well, who do you think you are? I guess I ain't going then.
Well, then don't invite them. Don't go.
Hey, and he wouldn't. Dude, believe me.
I'm a
guy. You're telling me your kids are not wanted?
I'm a guy.
I think it's a very cultural thing.
I'm a guy that
family gathering, that's weird.
I'm coaching 4 days a week. I'm involved in the school
the kids
volunteering.
But the kids are not part of the family that they can't come to the wedding.
But I don't want a kid at a wedding. You're dancing and drinking and having fun. You want little kids there? Get out of here.
It's a family affair.
You're on vacation. You're trying to have hotel sex, lay on the beach, and do everything you want. Your kids around? Get your kids out of there.
No. Vacation?
That's what grandma's for.
I think that's different. And that's why they separate certain resorts. Like, that's the adults only side. That's the family side. I'm with you. I'm okay with that when you say vacation stuff.
And if
when
I
you
don't
say family stuff, I'm like, man.
And if I'm,
what the hell good is family if the kids can't be involved?
If my wife and I are going away for a couple days, Mexico, Aruba, Dominican Republic, we're going somewhere, and we're finally getting a break from our own 5 and 8-year-old. Do you think I want to see your stupid kids?
No kids.
Okay,
according
no kids.
to this guy.
Great
this
words.
guy claims he's dad of the year. He says no kids or I'll kick him out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got one if you're a scandalous guy.
I'm with you on free food. I think that's my favorite one so
I mean, if
far.
you're a scandalous guy, what if a woman said, I'm discreet?
Yeah, or Or Rich, she says in your ear, I'm down.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I'm discreet. That's a good. Ooh. All right. So, what 2 words are music to your ears? What 2 words compare to Game 7? If everybody loves to say Game 7, the best 2 words in sports, what are the other best 2 words in life? Let's get the phones going. 877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox. And, of course, at Covino and Rich at Fox Sports Radio.
2 words. Trying to think. Oh, what do you got, Sam?
Open bar.
Open bar, yeah. Open bar.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I said that when we started.
Oh, you did say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Open
do
bar,
like that.
free food. I'm discreet. No kids. What else are there any other two-word doozies?
I don't know if it's been said, but open bar.
Good one, Dan.
Thanks.
What about open bar?
Let's see.
Oh, wait, Rich, you said that? Oh, Dan, you said that too.
I was going to say open late, like the fast food sort of thing. Like, I think that's like, all right.
Oh.
Open? Okay.
Open late. I like that.
How about,
because closing soon sucks. You're like, oh.
How about day off?
Day off.
That's another good one. Yeah. So this is why we get you involved, Fox Sports Radio Nation.
Hey.
Yeah, I like that. Day off. Give it to me. I'm never complaining about that.
You know what? If you have others, we'll take your feedback next. Plus, we're going to play the game that sweeps the nation every Monday. Covino gets so stressed. I love it. I love how he blanks sometimes and then gets mad at himself.
You act like you don't justify every time you're wrong. You're like the least self-aware person I ever met.
I'm the greatest at this
You are
game.
the biggest justifying guy. You got 2 more wins than me, and you're acting here like you're Dan Byer. You're nobody from Nowhereville. Calling me out, you're out of your mind. Listen back at your justification every week at this game.
He also stalls.
At least I own the fact that I stink. You think you're great and you stink.
I am going to whoop your ass, and we're going to play this game next.
Says who? The 3 times more that you beat me in this game?
4 in about 10 minutes.
Okay, let's go.
Covino's on a 2-game winning streak.
Yeah, let's go, big mouth justification.
You know what? I'll bow out if you guys want to do a showdown with each other.
No, because if we don't beat you, Dan, it's
Okay,
not fun.
all right.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Beating Rich gives me no credibility in the streets at
I
all.
tried to clear the way for you,
Hey, you know what?
but
Beating Rich, you know what that gives me? A low 5. Beating you is something worth bragging about.
Imagine Michael Jordan dipped out in the 90s. He's like, Carmelo, play Reggie Miller. I'm going to sit this one out.
But I like where your head's at, Dan.
Ewing and Clyde the
Yeah.
Glide. Hey, I'm...
We do need a contestant to play the game right now.
Let's go.
For a CNR Nerf Turbo football.
Those are 2 words that every weenial lives by. Let's go.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. So let's go. Let's play 877-99 on Fox. We'll play Last One Standing next right here on Fox Sports Radio. Now, today's job search can be tough. Endless online searches and applications. No phone calls. No interviews. It can be sad and lonely out there. Nothing but automated email responses. But what if there was a different way to find a job? Well, guess what? There is. Express Employment Professionals is the staffing agency that works alongside companies to hire candidates for any type of job.
Express can help you get a job that matches your qualifications. I hate to be rude, but Giants kicker might be checking out Express Pros.
Check it. Give it a look.
The local Express team are your advocates in the job market, and the best part, Express never charges a fee for their support. Learn more at expresspros.com.
Stop waiting. Express will find out what you want from your job. They'll keep you updated on job openings and help you land your next role. Choose Express Employment Pros for your one connection to dozens of local jobs. They got 870 locations, so there's sure to be one near you. The best part, once Express has your info, you'll be the first to hear about opportunities that match your skills.
Start by finding a location at expresspros.com. Contact your local office today.
you said that Mookie Betts executed the old Derek Jeter, the in-the-hole jump throw to first.
The jump throw, and everybody knows it. It's kind of like
was his signature move.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you saw the silhouette, you would know that was Jeter's move. That's Jeter's patented thing. He would go deep in the hole, do the jump throw, and he says you don't bounce it, but Mookie bounced it. He actually commented on it after the game, if you heard it. Take a listen.
Take us through. You've done this a million times.
I have. Mookie bounced it. I mean, you got to try to get it there in the air all the way. But I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. No,
you'll give it to him, Jeets.
Yeah, I mean, it's a compliment.
It's a tough play. It's a tough play. Mookie's an athlete, but when you see it, even though Mookie Betts executed it fantastically, it's Jeter's jump throw. The same way, we could go to your phone calls. I don't want to take the answer, but I'm going to. When you think like a hook in basketball.
Sky hook.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the number one. So
I think of me at the playground, bro. I was hitting it.
I think of Covino and Kareem.
Well, we purposely did not search this online because we wanted to see how many we could come up with on our own first. But Skyhook's got to be number one if we went to some lists.
But I jokingly said me. It's like every old white guy move too. Like it's when you see like the older guy at the playground or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
You know what's funny?
It's like the dad showed up to the playground like, "Hey guys, can I jump in?"
The rim.
Yeah, he's definitely trying one of those.
My uncle used to do that all the time. He's like, hook shot from the free throw line.
But it makes sense because they grew up watching Kareem.
Yeah.
Right?
Then I'll give you another old guy playground basketball one that I'll give a shout out to Mad Dog Russo as well because he always has to bring up Bob Cousy. The underhand free throw shot?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
patented.
yes.
Everyone that does that at the playground gives old school Bob Cousy a shout out.
Speaking of basketball, I think we got a theme here with basketball right now.
Yeah, a lot of signature moves in basketball.
The step back is James Harden. I mean, that's his patented cheating move. I still don't know if that's a legal move, but
the Euro step was Manu.
Yep, the Euro step.
The Jordan, you could name a million, I'm sure, for Michael Jordan, but I always thought when you play horse, you couldn't slam it, but if you were doing the fake layup and then you come back under with the other hand, that would be like the horse move of the 90s when you were playing horse at the playground.
It won from the last 15 years. How about LeBron's chase down blocks?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Of course.
Patented moves in sports, not in the bedroom. I don't want to hear about your bedroom antics. Your patented sports moves, because Mookie Betts pulled a Derek Jeter yesterday. And when we say Derek Jeter, we don't mean gift baskets. We mean the jump throw.
Yeah,
we mean the jump throw. So are there any other ones? I have a few, I think. We already mentioned the skyhook, the step back. How about the Dan Quisenberry submarine pitch? Right? Like, do you credit – I think as an 80s kid, if you're doing some sort of submarine pitch, that's Quisenberry.
Honestly, I thought of reliever Jeff Innes.
No way.
Because
over Quisenberry?
I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's debatable. Like, who owns it? Like, maybe you're right, Rich, but for me, that's what I think of. So I think it's still a patented move.
All right, you know what? Let's go to the phone calls. Let's take your feedback. Patented moves, patented plays. Who did the first bat flip? That would be a good thought. Like, who was the first guy to do a bat flip?
The first?
And don't tell me it's Joey Bats. Don't tell me it's
no.
Which batter do you guys think of who lifted his front leg the highest?
Darryl.
Yeah,
Darryl's a good one. Yeah,
Darryl Strawberry had a really big leg kick with the stance. You know what I'm thinking? It's got to be something that people have emulated since, and they've been the first. Like, all right, for instance, in the NFL, who do you credit for when people high step? Is it prime time? When you see some guy showboat and he starts high-stepping into the end zone? Deion Sanders, high-stepping.
Speaking of sidearm submarine pitchers, how about sidearm quarterbacks? I think when you see sidearm quarterbacks, I think Mahomes, I think he was one of the first guys that I've seen patent it in such a way. But we'll get back to your phone calls and feedback.
What about Dirk's fadeaway, the one-legged fadeaway?
Yes.
First one to do the Lambeau leap. That was Leroy Butler, right?
Yes.
I think Bayer knows
that
that story.
was against Danny's Raiders. I was there. My feet were frozen in the first quarter because I wanted to wear my Larry Johnson cons.
Yeah, that's
bad move in late December.
Definitely a signature move. Thousands of players have done it since.
That's great. I did not know that little fun fact. But Homer Jones, a wide receiver for the New York Giants, in 1965, caught a touchdown pass against the Eagles Though his original intention was to throw the ball into the stands, it slipped.
Oh, I've heard
and
that.
he sort of
I've
spiked
heard
it.
that story.
And then other people
that's
like, yo,
crazy.
he spiked the football. Yeah. So the first guy to spike a football, Homer Jones.
Nice.
A guy that you would never get that. If you know that, you're coming to trivia night.
I'm getting feedback on the two best words other than Game 7. And I'm seeing some feedback on social media. Wanna starbs? That must be a weenie one. You want a starbs? How about this one? I agree with this one. This is from Carl. Let's reschedule. I'm like, yes.
Oh,
let's.
those are great
I'd rather hear
words.
let's cancel, but let's reschedule is always good.
You ever win?
I'm like,
You
yeah.
ever win cancel plan roulette?
Yeah, that's the
where
best.
you're so close to calling the person to be like, hey, listen, like, maybe we could do it another time, and they beat you to it, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, but you play it off like, I was so ready to hang.
I was so pumped.
So we're gonna get to your phone calls about the best two words other than Game 7 right after we get into the game that's sweeping the nation, the game that's dividing this show, the game called Last One Standing.
You have 5 seconds to battle for your sports trivia life.
Man, I don't got it.
Put your electronic devices down and pick your sports knowledge up. It's CNR's Last One Standing.
Last one standing.
Torturous.
I have 4 categories ready to go. If needed, a tiebreaker. Each contestant gets 5 seconds to stay alive in the round. If you run out of time or answer incorrectly, Sam will take you out with his famous buzzer.
No, you wouldn't.
Don't want to hear that. We keep battling until you are the last one standing. If you win 2 of the rounds, you are the top dog. Here are the contestants right over there. 11-time winner Steve Covino.
Yeah, buddy.
Catching up to you, Rich. 14-time winner Rich Davis.
Hey.
And the leader in the clubhouse, by far, 34-time winner Dan Byer.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, DB?
See, he's the Babe Ruth of this game. if he was the Shohei of the game, we'd be a little closer to Dan Byer. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, we're going to go to the studio line, see who's playing for a CNR Nerf football. Josh in Jackson, Tennessee.
Hey, Josh.
What's going on, fellas?
I ready to play or what?
Heck yeah.
All
Let's
right,
do this.
Josh, what do you do for a living there in Tennessee?
I sell tires for a living.
Nice, man.
Nice. All right, here we go. Spot, by the way, is the fact checker in this game.
I hate it.
Yeah, a lot of anxiety.
It's the worst job ever.
So be patient with him while he checks answers.
Please.
When I say your name, the clock's going to start. Here is the first category. At least you were there. You have 5 seconds to name an MLB team who has lost the most World Series. Okay, series, not games. The most World Series lost. We're going to take the top 22. Covino, you're going to be up first. Starting right now. Go.
Well, you got to be there a lot to lose a lot, so I'll go with the Dodgers.
That would be correct with 14.
All right. Rich?
The Braves.
The Braves, yep, got 6.
Byer?
What about the Reds?
Reds, 4.
Nice. Josh?
I have to go with, the Yankees.
Yankees, or top of the list. Actually tied with the Dodgers with 14.
On a roll. We go back to Covino. 3, 2,
Tigers.
1.
Tigers on the list with 7.
Nice. Rich? 3, 2.
The Mets.
The Mets are on the list with 3.
DB?
Cardinals.
Cardinals on the list with 8.
Josh?
I have to go with the
3, 2.
Marlins.
Marlins,
Nope.
not on the list.
Sorry, buddy. Back to Cove.
I don't think the Marlins ever lost a World Series.
No.
No. Yeah.
The Baltimore Orioles.
The Orioles with 4, yes, on the list.
Nice. Rich? 3, 2.
The Red
1.
Sox.
Red Sox have 4.
Nice pull. Byer?
Giants.
Giants have 12.
Whoa. Covino? 3, 2, 1.
Astros.
Astros have 3.
Ooh, hold it out. Rich?
Pulled it out of his Astro.
We're at Rich.
Rich, come on, Rich.
Yeah, Rich.
Cubs.
Give me a break. He was playing dumb.
I was waiting for you to give me
the
my countdown.
Cubs have 8. Yes,
Yeah.
you're on the other.
I was like waiting for my countdown.
All
I'm
right.
using my time wisely.
DB.
Oh, is that it?
What about the Pirates?
The Pirates are on the list. The very bottom with 2.
Covino.
Pirates, good one. Rangers.
Rangers also have 2.
Rich. 3, 2,
Padres.
1.
Padres also have 2.
Oh, jeez. That's the one I had written down.
Yeah.
Oh, what a battle going on. Bayer.
How many left?
I don't know, about 5 or 6.
Okay. 5 or 6.
3, 2, 1.
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays, not on the list. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. All right, back to Covino.
White Sox.
White Sox are on the list with 2 as well.
Nice pull. Rich.
Phillies.
Phillies.
Already said.
No, they
were not said, and they
okay.
have 6
Dang
on the
it.
list.
I had them written down. Son of a.
5, 4.
1, 2, 3,
Covino.
4. There's 5 left.
3, 2, 1. That means Rich wins that round.
Alive.
All right.
The A's were on there, weren't
The
they?
A's were on
Yeah.
there. They have
Yep.
5.
A's.
You had the Guardians with 4, the Rays with 2, and the Royals with 2.
You know, a guy
Oh,
you
and the
can
Twins
use.
with
I
3.
had the Guardians in my back pocket also because we forget the Indians.
Yes.
Like never got there.
That's
you know?
a really good one.
All right, second cat. Rich on the board as we go to the second round. Throw forward, not drop down. You have 5 seconds to name an NFL quarterback who has the most fumbles in NFL history. NFL QB, most fumbles in history. We'll take the top 24.
Fumbleia.
Josh in Tennessee, you're going to be up first as soon as the timer starts right now. Go.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning, not on the list.
Ooh, sorry.
Whoa.
Fire.
Dave Craig.
Dave Craig, number 3 with 153.
Rich. 3.
Tom Brady, just based on the fact that he played so long.
That's correct. Number 6 with 134.
Covino.
Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman, not on the list.
Wow.
All right. Bayer.
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees, yep, with 111 at 14.
Nice pull. Rich. 3, 2.
John Elway.
John Elway, yep, number 5 with 137.
Back to Bayer.
You know in Spanish he's John the Way.
Okay. You're out. Pipe down.
I'll say Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger is on the list at 11 with 115.
Rich. 3.
Just based on longevity,
2.
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino, number 16 with 110.
Right. Back to Bayer.
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre, number 1 with
Oh.
166.
Oh, good one, yeah.
All right, Rich.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, not on the list.
Oh,
wow.
Bayer gets
Wait,
that
hey,
round.
what spot was Dan Fouts on the list?
Dan Fouts was on the list at 17 with 106.
Sounds like you should have said him.
Eli Manning at 7 with 125. Kerry Collins.
I suck too. I had Eli Manning.
Looks like you should have said that one.
And Warren Moon at number 2 with 161.
Oh, someone should have said Eli.
All right.
I should have said Eli.
Rich and Bayer both on the board as we go to the third category. Going to see how much you guys paid attention to baseball articles over the weekend.
Oh, good. All right.
Bombs times 3. There have been 13 games in MLB postseason history where a player hit 3 home runs.
Oh, jeez.
You have 5 seconds to name one of those players who achieved this feat. By the way, I'll tell you, 7 of the 13 happened after 2010. All right? Most home runs in the MLB postseason. Players with 3 home runs.
Ask the question again.
Yeah.
Okay, so there have been 13 games
Yep.
in MLB postseason history where a player hit 3 home runs.
Oh, same player hit 3 in a game?
Yes.
Okay.
Just like you know who did. I'm not
Yeah.
going to give that answer away, even though you know. You have 5 seconds to name one of those players, all right? Covino, you're going to be up first starting right now. Go.
Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson on the list.
Yes. Rich.
October 18th, 1977.
3, 2. Are you
I don't even know.
you're confused with the question?
Yeah, I don't remember guys hitting 3 home runs in a game in the playoffs.
Let's say the obvious one.
Shohei?
alive, yeah.
I mean, okay, yeah.
All right.
Oh,
yeah, on the
that's
list.
great. Thanks, Danny. This game isn't rigged at all.
Gifted him that
No,
one.
just look, here's 20 seconds, Rich, and here's an answer. Okay.
I mean, he's going to be out the next
I
round,
had
Dan.
2 answers.
Don't
They were
worry.
Reggie Jackson and Shohei Ohtani. So I am out of luck if we go with 3 home runs. How about this?
Is Chipper Jones on the list?
Scott Spezio. No, he didn't. He didn't. But
Okay.
I'm just doing it out of protest for this
But he
rigged
did have
game.
a mean soul patch.
Yes.
Okay. Sam, stop the timer. Let's move to the fourth category. We'll throw that category out.
I hope the listener understands. Like the rule breaking in this game.
If I
is
said
just,
Jose Altuve, would I win? Is there? It got to be an Astro in there now.
Jose Altuve is on the list.
So
there
I
you go.
win.
Nah, sorry.
We'll throw that out. We'll go to the fourth category.
Would you like to know the people on this list?
Albert Pujols?
I
Is he on the
Pujols
list?
is on the list.
Pujols is on the list.
BS. I would have won that
Babe
round.
Ruth did it twice.
Don't blame me. Blame these two in cahoots
That
over
is
here.
BS.
This is turning into Ben Maller and Eddie Garcia
George
fighting
Brett.
over every game.
I was gonna say Altuve. I would have won that round. I would have won the game.
I want the record to show Rich didn't have an answer.
Right.
And Danny goes 3, 2, 1. Come
right?
on,
Okay.
come on,
No,
come
but
on.
he
the
seemed
most
like
obvious.
he didn't understand.
The most obvious answer. The one that just happened
Hey,
Friday.
Pat,
The one that we just started
you
the
think
show with.
Trebek would have made exceptions for this
Ohtani.
bonehead? No way. I would have said Altuve. I won that. I appeal.
Oh, man.
I appeal.
Move
this.
on. You know what? Let's do the update.
How many
with
times
you,
has
Dave.
Covino been screwed over by these games
Oh,
the last couple
come
of
on.
weeks?
I've had enough
Stop
because I
it.
got to sit next to this
He's
bonehead.
won
bragging
twice in a
about it.
row.
All right, how about we do Dan
Bunch
Byers
of sports
update,
crybabies.
The RBI question from last week, right?
Dan Byers update, and then we'll move
That was
on.
2 weeks ago, and he got the point.
DB.
Yeah, were we doing Saber stat metrics on that or
man.
not?
Yeah, there's no integrity in this game anymore.
Oh, jeez. All right, Dan Byer, give us an update. We'll get the conclusion of this game in a minute.
Mariners and Blue Jays, 8 o'clock Eastern time tonight. Game 7 of the ALCS. Winner gets the Dodgers in the World Series.
Joe Carter, is he on the list?
Broncos linebacker Dre Greenlaw was suspended for 1 game for verbally threatening referee Brad Allen at the conclusion of yesterday's win over the Giants. Greenlaw will appeal. Buccaneers wide receivers Mike Evans and Emeka Ibuka are active for tonight's game in Detroit. Bryce Young has a high ankle sprain, not likely to play against the Bills in Week 8. Andy Dalton would start. Vikings quarterbacks Carson Wentz and J.J. McCarthy both limited in practice. They have a short week because they have the Chargers coming up on Thursday. Jets head coach Aaron Glenn, meeting with the media, says he hasn't decided who will start at quarterback for their Week 8 matchup in Cincinnati.
I want to make sure that I make the right decision, and I don't want to make rash decisions either.
Tyrod Taylor replaced Justin Fields at halftime of yesterday's loss to Carolina. 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy going to follow a similar practice regimen this week. It's expected that he will not play in Week 8 against the Texans. Head coach Kyle Shanahan said that, Purdy's going to follow that practice plan. Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson didn't practice today as the team had a bye in Week 7. Michael Penix dealing with a bone bruise in his foot. He's day-to-day. Falcons have the Dolphins. Dolphins are sticking with Tua Tagovailoa as their starting quarterback. Saints running back Kendry Miller tore his ACL on Sunday. He's out for the remainder of the season. Nuggets gave guard Christian Brown a 5-year extension. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Dan Byer. Now we get to the conclusion of last one standing and your best 2 words other than Game 7 and more Covino and Rich right here on Fox Sports Radio. But I'm going to give you my top 5 all-time, like, that we grew up with as we throw it back and reminisce on Overpromise, okay? I'm not talking Dad's Old Spice. I'm not talking Dad's Brute and Grandpa's Aqua Velva. I'm not talking aftershaves. I'm not talking cheap-ass Stetson and pharmacy colognes.
Did every
Mexicali Musk for Men.
Every dad in the 80s or 90s definitely had Brute, right? Like, without a doubt. Like, there wasn't a dad that didn't have Brute.
I'm talking, for the most part, our generation and my personal top. And if you disagree, that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their wrong opinion. So coming in at number 5 for me, this was not easy. Because I was like, do I go Fahrenheit? No, I'm going Jupe. Because everybody talked about Jupe in the 90s. Jupe is number 5.
I had a buddy, Jeff, and I still do. Hey,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
I doubt he's watching because, as you always say, no one that you really care about supports you.
Right.
My buddy, Jeff, was convinced in the late 90s, like, I have this secret recipe of how I'm going to get all the girls. I'm like, what, Jeff? He's like, Jupe. And I remember us all being like, yeah, Jeff and his Jupe. Like, he was so...
Well, you know what? It's not really... Like, I was more of a Fahrenheit guy. I put them in the same category, maybe because they were both purplish. But it was so popular, I had to put it as a number 5.
Okay.
Like, people loved to talk about it, and it stood out. Number 4 for me, Cool Water. Everybody had a Cool Water phase. It was different. It was good. Oh, it got so much ass. Cool Water at number 4. And just to make it snappy, Rich... One of my all-time favorites at number 3, Aqua di Gio, is still good. It still hits. That's a number 3 for me.
My theory is if you go with the wifey or girlfriend to an Ulta or a Sephora at the mall with your kid or wife, if it's still displayed prominently, then it's not out of style, right? I mean, if Aqua di Gio is still there in like the front showcase.
I'm not saying that you should rock all of these now. I'm saying all time. Some still hit.
Right.
But it also dates you. I'm letting that be known. I'm not saying that they don't, because they do.
I think it's a fair statement to say if you are a grown man, 40-ish or so, you have at one point in your life rocked Aqua di Gio.
Yeah,
without
it's still
a doubt.
good.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 2, and sometimes a good number 2 is better than a number 1, is Jean-Paul Gaultier. Except I don't think mine has a bulge like that. I think mine has boobs, Spot. Yeah, I don't know.
No, I think you were in the...
Am I weird? Wait, does it have a bulge?
That's a bulge.
Oh, well, guess what?
Wait, isn't that how you dispense the cologne? You rub the bulge?
Can I tell you something? I still... Is that what you do? I still rock this after a shower because it has that fresh, powdery scent.
Imagine if
I still love it.
Imagine if they personalized the bottles and your Jean-Paul Gaultier came in a bottle shaped like your body.
Oh man,
it wasn't like a ripped dude with a bulge. It was like my bottle has a bit of a dad bod.
And the all-time classic number 1, king of them all, I think it was the one that started it off for everybody when you became a man. Absolutely.
I know what you're saying because I even had an air freshener with this scent in my first car.
The king of them all. In fact, it should have a crown on it because it's the king of all the clones we grew up with. Is Jacquard Noir. Ba-bam. That will take you back
intense
to the early 90s.
Powerful.
Immediately. It'll take you back to your Cavaricci days the second you smell it.
Who's Guy LaRoche?
I don't know, but I think that's the number 1. That's my guy. That's who it is.
Adam LaRoche's cousin. Jacquard Noir was so popular back in the 90s for people around our age. You remember, I got my first used car, saved up my money. Grandma and Grandpa helped me. First thing I did after I washed that car, went to the gas station and I bought a Jacquard air freshener. They had this little sacks, remember like the sacks and they had air fresheners. That's how popular Jacquard was.
Such a great scent that went with the times, especially as a Guido kid from New Jersey. And Spot, do you have that meme that pretty much shows all of them? Because I know you're thinking we left some out. Couldn't fit them all in. They were all great. But that doesn't mean you should live in that era. Buy some new ones. I use one called Clean right now. I really am a fan of.
Is this a picture of your bathroom? Is that every cologne you have in your bathroom?
Those are the classics from the 90s right there. You see the Polos. Yeah. Shout out to Polo Black, the Hugo Boss. And you know what?
Time to play the game. Ooh, all right. CNR.
By the way,
yeah,
I want to say rest in peace, running back Doug Martin, 36, passed away over the weekend. Idaho kid, played for the Buccaneers and your Raiders, Danny G.
Yeah. And started his life in the Bay Area.
Yeah, rest in peace to Sam Rivers, original founding bass player of Limp Bizkit, who passed away at 48 over the weekend, dude. So when you do that math, you're like, 48? They were huge in the early 2000s. How old was he then? He started Limp Bizkit with Fred Durst when he was 18. And he was in his early 20s when all those big hits happened. So anyway, I'll be playing some of that tonight on Turbo 41 on Sirius XM. But we're Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio, live from the Fox Sports Radio studio.
I'll make sure not to listen.
For over 40, that's nice. Enjoy your Taylor Swift. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. And getting a new job could be much easier with Express Employment Pros.
Yeah.
With Express, you'll have a local connection to the job market. Get started at expresspros.com. Find the location near you. That's www.expresspros.com. And now, the conclusion of the game that's just got everybody all fired up.
All right, Josh in Tennessee, you with us?
Last one standing. Let's go.
Josh, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, all players alive because we only got to do 2 categories. Tie break here. No multiple choice. It's whoever comes closest. So buzz in with your name when you're ready.
Okay.
Let's talk Manny Wood. How many home runs did Manny Ramirez hit in his 17-year MLB career? Think about it for a second.
Man,
do the math.
Such a good one.
Manny?
Just Manny
right.
being Manny.
Are we doing closest? That deal?
Yeah.
Hey,
Doesn't
Derek.
matter if you're over or under, whoever's closest.
Hey, Derek, it's me, Big Papi. Look, I like my pink suit. I look like Frankenberry.
5'12".
Okay,
All right.
5'12" for Bayer.
So that you know we're not just playing like the I'm going to try to overshoot you. I wrote down
That's
the
right.
proof right here. 536 I wrote.
Perfect.
536 for Rich, okay. And how about you, Josh, in Tennessee?
575.
575. All right. Ready?
Covino didn't.
Yeah,
I
know.
didn't answer yet.
I was looking at him when I said, "Are you ready?"
Now, I'm going. I think he's like in the 517 area. I'm going 517. Final answer.
517. The answer is 555. So I think we got to do some math here.
Wait, what did Rich say?
I think Rich won.
Rich said 536.
I won by 1.
You won by 1?
Oh,
yeah.
my goodness.
You won by 1.
Holy shnikes.
He's within 19.
What can I say? Hard to be a champ, Covino. One day you'll feel it. One day you'll feel it.
You know what? I hate to rub it in and take away from his victory, but if you guys remember, I did win the bet of who would have the most wins this season, the Yankees or the Mets.
Oh,
Has he paid up yet?
If
No.
my calculations are correct, Rich owes me $2,100, okay?
Plus interest.
Feels good to be a winner.
Oh,
Speaking
geez.
of.
Oh.
Josh in Tennessee, thank you for playing the game.
Thank you,
Josh.
Josh.
Have a
Yes,
good
sir.
one,
Thank
Josh.
you.
Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. Last one standing.
Wait,
So,
are you sure?
hold on.
Are you sure it wasn't Josh that made that bet with you?
I do have a proposal.
and his money.
I want you to let this simmer. Dan Byer, let me know what you think of this deal. I have a let's make a deal offer for Rich.
That's very kind that there's even a deal in place. Well, what's
I
It's like
have
a plea
deal.
bargain.
So the deal was $1,000 for the best record, right? And there's got to be a payoff. We talked about it all
yeah, of
season
course.
long.
Yeah, I'm a man of my word.
And then Rich, who was feeling confident and brazen about his Mets, was like, and $100 extra for every win over. I ended up winning $2,100. The Yankees were that much better than the Mets.
11 games better. And at one point, the Mets had a 4-game better record.
All right.
Late in the season, to the point where I remember offering you like a payout, like, I'll take this.
So here's what I'm thinking.
Oh, boy.
Danny G, super producer, is always so kind. On our birthdays, he gives us gifts and presents. And one year he gave a really nice gift to Rich. And I had my eye on that. Like, Rich doesn't appreciate that. I would have appreciated that gift. I don't know why he wasted that gift on Rich. Ungrateful Rich.
Ungrateful? What are you talking about?
So now's my chance to see if I can get my hands on it.
Okay.
On the gift that Danny gave to Rich years ago for his birthday. My counteroffer to your $2,100 that you owe me, since I'm the big winner.
Okay.
Instead of $2,100, I'm thinking, since you're my pal,
He's being very
how
generous.
about you give me $1,000, because that was the original bet,
Okay.
in that Shohei Ohtani rookie card that Danny G gave you.
Ooh.
And didn't I have a little piece of his uniform in
Yeah.
it? Like, oh, Shohei, Ohtani.
Oh!
How about you think about that?
Okay, I'll think about that, and we'll chat tomorrow. Until then, arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Goodbye.
Enjoy the games, guys.
Shohei Ohtani.